Hey, everybody, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Helmet Boy.
It what?
That's what happened last night on the Minions of the Zoo. They introduced you, and you were like, hi, Helmet Boy. Don't you remember?
No, I remember that, but why would you say such a thing to me?
Because it made me laugh, and I thought it was funny, which is why I do everything.
I
You
have
know
a helmet.
Also joining us, your Lord of Pennies. Say hi, Satsu.
What up, Doe?
And tonight's special guest, your Lord of Passion. Say hi, Chaos Eve.
Oh my God. Hi, guys.
Good choice.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Good choice.
That's good.
And I am your Lord of Pain, your host tonight, Ranting Monkey. For those of you who don't understand that, if you've never seen me in the Minions of the Zoo chat, I'm less filtered than I am even here. And one night I'm listening and Chaos does this ASMR, and the thought that immediately popped in my head was, well, that makes my dick happy. So that's what I typed into chat. And ever since then, Chaos is nice enough to occasionally do that voice for me.
You mean like this?
Yes, just like that.
You've got kind of a sinus thing going on too, so my voice gets even lower and huskier.
How is everyone tonight?
I'm not sure what I am now. Between the helmet and that ASMR stuff, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, very confused is what I'm gonna go with.
Hey, it's a monkey stream. That's what you get.
Oh my God.
Anything we want to talk about before we get to the limited news that there is tonight?
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies. Hit that like button if you have not already, and many of you have not. And share our stuff, please. Pretty please.
Or for the Lord.
Please.
Especially if our stuff is going to piss off your friends and family, send them to me, because I like to hear that whiny bullshit.
Yay. Otherwise, I don't have anything to mention. I guess I have stuff for later, but not right now.
You know, I had a very boring day. Everybody left me today. Lady Monkey had to go into the office, and Little Butt was out with her mom, and my son was working, and I was playing video games sitting here because I couldn't move very much, so I couldn't even like work on stuff. It was a really boring day, and I'm sad about it. I'm getting old. Each day means something to me now, and I don't like boring days. Oh, the end. For the people who are curious about the end of the Lords of the Night there, that is classic monkey clickbaiting.
Mm-hmm.
It is the end of our first week with Satsu.
Oh, wow.
It's true.
Yes, it is. It is very literally true.
So it's not true clickbait. It's real. I can do that.
That's some asinine shit.
No.
Hey, this is how search engine optimization works. You have to work the system.
Wow, somebody said fuck you, called it clickbait, damn you monkey, SDA. Hey, where did SDA come from?
It's in chat.
Oh.
We got fuck off monkey, fuck you. Minding, man, I thought you were sleeping. You said like 3 hours ago you were going to bed. I think you should have. You seem a little grumpy.
Well, they said after about 4 or 5 streams with the black dude, we realized that this was a mistake. So we're cutting it all down. This is not gonna work for anybody.
What do you expect? You showed him up both times you did hosted the stream, so
He did, yeah, fucker.
Well,
and I saw SDA in chat. Hey, lady, hope you're doing well. Oh, let's see. I was already prepared for more heartbreak. You should know better by now, Minding. That's your problem. This is the triumph of hope over experience, dude. You should know better.
I'm surprised there aren't more dislikes.
Well, they'll come. They'll come.
Yeah, they'll be there. I'm gonna watch that number rise because I said that.
Before the stream, we were talking about how games are bad and they cause bad things. We'll put a pin in that till later. Instead, I want to talk about, I did a poll today, and if you guys haven't been on Twitter to vote in my poll, please go do so now. The poll is, white people, what racial slur do you like to be called? Now, some of you have a problem because I didn't get your favorite racial slur in there, but here's the thing. You only give 4 choices of answers for polls on Twitter. So I couldn't get all of them. I'm a fan of White Devil, but I had to go with the 4 that are most common, and they are the 4 that Pat mentions in his video from yesterday. Which, if you haven't watched, you should definitely go watch.
So dislike update. We're up to 8 now. Cool.
Oh, you hateful bastards!
My favorite is probably Guaylo, which is like Japanese for like foreign devil or something.
Guarantee you, if Polydev is watching, one of those dislikes is him.
Polly, you bastard!
Yep, he does it to everybody.
Well, I'll tell you, one of them is most certainly not me.
Now I feel like one of them is you.
You shouldn't. I don't use Jedi mind tricks.
Satsu, what's your favorite racial slur for white people?
I don't know. Probably cracker is hilarious to me.
See, I still like honky. Honky is I just love the sound of it.
I never really liked honky though. Like it just don't.
Black guy
sound
doesn't like
effective
honkies.
enough.
You heard it.
What about colonizer, though?
Colonizer. Yeah,
that's a new one.
It's so new.
Mining Freedom says if you want to insult Germans, call them potatoes. Okay, Kartoffel. Du bist ein Kartoffel.
Potato.
You want to know what my new favorite word is?
What's that?
Like whenever there's like a meme now where a white person is doing something crazy and the black person witnessed it, they say the caucasity.
Oh my god.
Caucasity.
And dude, and that is the funniest shit ever, man. The first time I seen that, I almost pissed my pants. Because I wasn't ready at all. Like, I just was not prepared. And you're like, the caucasity. And I was like, oh, man.
Wow.
That is beautiful.
Speaking of caucasity, do we have news tonight, Scribe?
No. I mean, a couple of the last night we talked about how there was a hostage situation that did not go well in the time afterward. Short version is the individual that had taken hostages was a former patient or either a former or active. I didn't quite understand that part of it at the VA hospital, and the 3 women that he took hostage, he killed. And he got killed as well by the cops, I think, by the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. So not a good end of that. Otherwise, the only news that CNN has really is just Trump saying things that are not presidential, but then welcome to reality. So
I saw the thing. He called the dude, what, a son of a bitch?
Well, he called Chuck Todd a... let's see, I'll quote it here. It's 1999. I'm on Meet the Press, a show now headed by Sleepy Eyes Chuck Todd, Trump recalled. He's a sleeping son of a bitch, I'll tell you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Chuck Todd, I mean...
Well, he's not wrong about Chuck Todd. But I've heard the tapes of Johnson, so things like this don't really bother me with Trump saying them. Because... that was like Johnson's favorite word for people was calling them sons of bitches.
Yeah, but Johnson, it was a different time.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, these people are fucking adults, man. Like, I don't know.
They are. Oh, wait. Not how you meant it.
Stormy Daniels. Oh, wait, yeah.
I do have CNN news, though.
Oh,
even though it's not news, but it is CNN news. And this is the best thing I read all day. And strangely enough, it comes from Splinter.
Oh.
I am not kidding, and I'm going to read this. The headline is, R.I.P. Chris Cillizza, owned to death by Soledad O'Brien. We hardly knew ye. Now, this is... Splinter has never made me more happy than today. So it started out with Soledad O'Brien tweeting out a response to a story that Chris Cillizza posted. And the story that Chris Cillizza posted is headline. I'm not going to read it, but it's headline... Donald Trump is producing the greatest reality show ever. And he's talking about the White House and everything else. Soledad O'Brien tweets out, this terrible analysis by CNN, or at Cillizza CNN, is in part why people hate the media. Cillizza responds, hey, Soledad, thanks as always for reading. She says, you're welcome. You have a big platform. Be thoughtful about the stories you tell and how you tell them. And then he says, then I really don't get your criticism. And she says, the only way my criticism would make sense is if I didn't read your article. Sigh. And he says, no, I simply have no idea what your criticism is. That the piece is that the piece is terrible. I suppose that's subjective. So, okay, I guess. And Soledad says, it's not accurate. It's not funny. It's not clever. It's not analysis. It's facile. It shows an actual lack of understanding of reality TV. I can't believe I'm typing that. It's mediocre. It's a time when viewers need to understand what's going on at the highest levels of government. And he says, genuinely sorry you feel that way, but appreciate your candor.
Wow.
I was like, Soledad O'Brien, this is the second time that Soledad O'Brien has made me so happy, because I did a video a long time back where she was the host of a panel discussion amongst a bunch of female business leaders. And she asked them, these 4 professional, highly placed women's like, okay, so what's the number one priority, first thing you would do tomorrow to change things for the better for women? Silence. I'm just saying silence. And she's like, should we start playing crickets? It was great. It was great. Anyway, so I just wanted to bring that up because, Chris Cillizza is my favorite CNN employee.
Yeah.
And Soledad O'Brien just ripped his ass open. I love it.
Real quick, I have a super chat from Cryptic. And remember, guys, Cryptic's Asian, so he can make these jokes. When Chinese kids are born before their due date, parents name them suddenly.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on. That was good. That was good. And thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Soledad was on a tear today. I don't follow her and saw people retweeting her constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she got some attention today probably for bitch smacking Chris, because nobody likes CNN.
What? Really?
You got a super chat.
What the hell? My chat is frozen. Hang on.
All right.
Let it go.
Oh, God.
Can somebody read it for me while I'm getting this
Yes,
reloaded?
Gregory Hurst, thank you. And it's all misspelled. R.I.P. Chris Aliza, we hardly knew ye. Edited by Chris.
Edited by Chris.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't have any news. I mean, I'll keep my eyes open if something actually interesting happens, but everything else is just sort of Trump's making a speech right now and being Trump, and Stormy Daniels and stuff, but nothing earth-shattering.
Yeah, I saw Trump he's out in have you been following the special election in Pennsylvania?
No.
There's a special election in Pennsylvania, and the Republicans are actually really upset with their candidate because he's real low energy. He refuses to do fundraising.
Oh, God.
And the party's done with him, but Trump is really backing him. So there's a thought around that maybe the tariffs, the steel tariffs and all this was kind of to help this dude. And you should, I forget his name. You should look, he's a forgettable character. The only remarkable thing about him is that he has a mustache, which most politicians don't today. And if you guys didn't know that, you should check that out. Most politicians don't wear a mustache because it makes you look like a 70s porn star no matter how you cut it.
I thought the tariffs thing was something that he was talking about on the campaign trail. I didn't think it was something reactive.
It may have been, but it's taken him more than a year to get that, and it's one thing presidents can basically do on their own.
Yeah, all right.
It's supposed to go through Congress, but there's just like the War Powers Act, of course, there's Congress abdicating their responsibility and just pushing it off on the president so they can go, we didn't do it. So the timing of it is really interesting if you look at it that way. And yes, for the folks mentioning it in chat, I did see Brittany Pettibone. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I heard about it, and I saw that Bear was doing a stream about it, I think.
He was doing a different stream when the stream started that it just broke, so we renamed it.
Okay.
Brittany Pettibone and her boyfriend, I don't remember his name, were going into the UK to they were going to interview what's his name? I forget his name. Doesn't matter. A right winger in England, and
Tommy Robinson.
Yes, Tommy Robinson.
Okay.
Thank you. And she was supposed to meet up with Lauren Southern was going to meet her there, and they were going to do some videos together. Not those kind of videos, unfortunately.
Oh.
But yeah, they wouldn't even let her in the country. They detained her at the airport where she's been for the last couple of days. Her and her boyfriend have been detained separately from one another. And according to what I think this came from Lauren Southern, it could have been somebody else that she was talking to. She's not going to be allowed to leave the detainment center until tomorrow when she gets a flight back to Vienna.
Was Monkey breaking up, or is that me?
Oh shit, is that me?
That was.
I don't know.
I heard him.
I heard Monkey just fine. So.
Then it was me. Okay, something's going on. Okay. Am I sounding okay?
You sound fine now.
Okay.
But yeah, so apparently she's not allowed in the country anymore.
So
They give an
she was
explanation?
just visiting, and that's pretty much like, well, obviously going to see somebody or whatever, but that's the reasoning why she can't come anymore?
Yeah, because she's too conservative.
Oh,
She spreads hate.
wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Boatman says, I wonder if Lauren Southern will be allowed in. Lauren asked that same question. She put out a video today, and she's like, I'm not sure I'm even going now because she's not sure she'll be allowed in the country.
That's ridiculous.
It's
Isn't that
asinine.
insane? It's just like undocumented random people we know nothing about can come in and do whatever they want, but you have an opinion that we don't agree with, so you can't.
Well, this is what I keep saying. The United States needs to push free speech as much as we push any other civil right. There's no more fundamental right besides life than free speech, period. If you cannot speak, and we're talking about Lauren or Brittany Pettibone, she is not like some far alt-righter who's preaching race realism. She does tend towards the alt-right, but she's not some raging bigot. She just happens to have more conservative views than are allowed in England right now.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. And since they're still part of the EU, they should be allowed to travel freely, but apparently not because, yeah, she says the wrong things.
Oh, wow. I just found something that's probably going to be viral tomorrow.
What's that?
What's that?
9-month-old baby found on New York road. Teen mom arrested.
Beautiful.
Yay.
A teenage mom after her 9-month-old baby was found crawling on a busy roadway upstate in New York City. Police say officers saw a Facebook video of the infant alone in the street. And the police showed up. Yeah.
There was a Facebook video?
Apparently. Yeah, somebody saw the baby and immediately started recording after they called the police.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted, he called the police first, so I mean, I guess
if any dumbass, no, you don't even do that first. You go out there and you get the fucking child.
Well, he wasn't just like watching, like he was standing with the baby, like waiting for the police to show up, so nobody would.
Oh.
But you're still in the street with a child.
Yeah, I don't know. Like even the police were acting like it was a fucking bomb strapped to the baby. Like they're just like walking around it. But yeah, that's crazy. So they said the mom turned up like afterwards. 17-year-old mother. Holy shit.
17. Good God. Well.
Yeah. Anyhow. Did we have any more stories, or do we need to go over to MSS News?
I don't have any other stories, obviously. So,
all right, let's check out our hashtag, guys. If there's stories you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up on Twitter at hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but we'll do our best, and we really do thank you guys for helping us out with that, because as you're witnessing right now, sometimes we run out of shit to talk about.
It's true. Let me take a sip of my wonderful Dr. Pepper, as sponsored by my viewers.
Fucking disgust.
All right, so starting off where we left off yesterday a bit. This one comes from G Prime of Candor. Student banned from class for challenging professor on gender wage gap.
What?
That's bannable?
Apparently so.
Wow.
Let's see.
Is this campus reform?
This is something called The Red Elephants, which I'm sure is a completely unbiased publication, but whatever. And this guy's name, so I'm going to say this name. I'm not talking about a location. I'm talking about a person's name. Lake Ingle, a student at Indiana University. His name is Lake. His parents are hippies. Has been banned from a class that is required for graduation after he challenged his professor on her beliefs about gender identity and social constructivism. Ingle says that his professor, who we know now is Allison Downey, forced the students to watch a TED Talk that featured Paula Stone, a transgender woman who talked about mansplaining and white male privilege. After the video had concluded... Sorry, yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
After the video had concluded, Ingle and another student say that Downey opened the floor only to women to share their feelings about the video they watched. Ingle recounts that Downey told the class that the men in the class can share their thoughts only after every woman had the chance to talk first. After a period of time where Ingle noticed that there was silence and that no other women appeared to speak, Ingle took the opportunity to refer to several official biologists who agree unanimously that there are, in fact, biological differences between men and women, that there are only two biological genders. Ingle said that he also vocally objected to Downey's blatant discrimination based on sex. In retaliation for challenging his in class, okay, whoever wrote this doesn't know what they're doing either, Ingle was served with several documents. One of those documents was an academic referral form, and another was an agreement. These forms were provided by Ingle to the Red Elephant. And it says alleged violation description, disrespectful objection to the professor's class discussion structure, refusal to stop talking out of turn, angry outbursts in response to being required to listen to a trans speaker discuss the reality of white male privilege and sexism. This is an official school document, by the way.
Wow.
Disrespectful references to the validity of trans identity and experience, disrespectful claim that a low score on any classwork would be evidence of professor's personal prejudice. And then there's like the requirement of what he has to do to make up for it. He has to write an apology to the professor, which specifically addresses each of the disrespectful behaviors described above, blah, 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 and a whole bunch of other conditions.
Oh, did you miss the one where he has to let his classmates tell him what's wrong with him?
What?
Yeah, I heard this story somebody told me about earlier today. He has to sit in class, and the rest of his classmates get to come by and criticize him and tell him what's wrong with him.
Okay, let's see. Lake will begin class with an apology to the class for his behavior, and then listen in silence as the professor and or any student who wishes to speak shares how he or she felt during Lake's disrespectful and disruptive outbursts on the 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah, my response would be to suck my dick, and that would be it.
Ingle is currently seeking legal counsel, as he says that the verbiage in the referral form and request for removal are extremely exaggerated, and the multiple statements in both are completely 100% false, blah, blah. That's nuts. So, yeah.
Thank you, Adam Mangold. 2 minutes of hate.
Fuck that shit. They would have got a fuck you in all caps.
Oh, I would go back to class for it. I would
Oh,
go.
yeah. I'd sit there and take it. I'd sit there and take it. I'd look at him and I'd respond. I'd sit there in silence. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I wouldn't sit there in silence. I would let him start and then go, nope. And
Pull Lindsay Shepherd and sit there and record it.
Yeah, that would go viral quick.
Oh, yeah.
What else do we have here? Is this true? Maybe it is. I don't know. This comes from Massive Dynamics. And it's posted at the Daily Wire. Huffington Post normalizes bestiality, talks acceptance with man who had sex with a dolphin.
What?
That's not surprising at all.
Okay. On Friday, HuffPost's Ashley Feinberg took a stab at normalizing bestiality, posting a glowing interview with a man who considers himself a, quote, heterosexual who crosses, quote, species lines and infamously had sex with the dolphin. Malcolm Brenner was the feature of a documentary called Dolphin Lover, wherein Brenner was courted by a dolphin named Dolly he eventually had sex with.
Wait. He was courted by the dolphin.
Consent laws are different everywhere.
Jesus fuck.
Okay, she would rub her genital slit against me, he says in the doc, and if I tried to push her away, she would get very angry with me. One time, when she wanted to masturbate on my foot and I wouldn't let her, she threw herself on top of me and pushed me down to the 12-foot bottom of the pool. Let me masturbate or I'll drown you to death? Okay. That's love. That's love.
Oh,
how about don't get in the pool with the dolphin that's doing that?
Brenner has previously compared the taboo surrounding sex with an animal to interracial sex.
Oh,
no.
Boy.
Oh, shit, son.
Wow.
Quote, I'm hoping that in a more enlightened future, zoophilia will be no more regarded as controversial or harmful than interracial sex is today.
Okay.
I'm going to mute.
Pardon me, sir.
I'm going to mute.
Black people are not animals, you fucking idiots.
Well, he could have been referring to white people too.
He could have been referring to anybody, but
no,
still,
we know what he's talking about. He's talking about how it used to be wrong for white people to sleep with black people. No, that's not the same thing. That's the same shit that Tara McCarthy pulled. It's just like having sex with animals. No, it's not, you fucking morons.
Oh my God. So I need to know how this courting, like, I mean, I get the physical aspect, but was the dolphin just like, hey, baby.
Hey, baby, come here.
Come on over here.
Hey, come
Do you
on,
like
you
my
baby.
fin? Look at my fin.
Like this.
I can't do a dolphin noise. So,
what the fuck?
I don't know. Like, what would the dolphin say in response to that? Like, start squeaking and cackling at you.
Well, first off, dolphins are very rapey. Like,
yeah, we know that about him.
That's like a thing that we know. So I don't know how he could have taken that, and I'm sure he knew that knowledge and just like, oh, this is peculiar. Maybe she wants the D.
Oh. I'll finish this up by reading the questions that the author at HuffPo asked and his answers. There's only two. They only highlight two here. All right. So this is the author, Feinberg. Does it bother you at all that people only seem to find this acceptable when it's fantasy or an allegory? I think she was referring to the... Whoa. What was that?
That was monkey sighing.
Sorry, that was my dogs.
Okay. I think she's referring to The Shape of Water because they kind of refer to that movie in here.
Real quick, a couple super chats. Thank you, Cryptic. He found her blowhole. And thank you, P-Dog Knight. Lawyer Dog, I'm an animal in bed. Hey, ladies. Okay, fair enough.
And do you think there will be a day when that changes as far as like it being accepted? Of course, it bothers me. I don't like people threatening to go Lorena Bobbitt on me because I made love with a dolphin. Will it change? Who knows? I would like to think that society will become less religious because the prohibitions in Leviticus are the only conceivable basis for any laws against bestiality. I can't see that my boffing my dog has any effect on society, good or ill, as long as I'm not hurting her or abusing her. Laws against animal cruelty ought to be sufficient without criminalizing the act of interspecies sex, which organizations like PETA are trying to do.
Oh, man.
Okay, you're talking about fucking animals.
Boffing my dog.
Just kill them all. Just wipe them all off.
And lastly, real quick, so this is in reference to the Shape of Water movie where the lady has sex with a sea creature thing. The author asks, do you see this movie as a step toward acceptance at all? I don't see it as a step towards acceptance. It's so obviously a fantasy that most people won't carry the goodwill over to zoophiles like me. Ask me again when I've signed a film contract for Wet Goddess. But I want to be clear about one thing. I didn't write Wet Goddess for zoophiles. I wrote it for dolphins.
Oh my God. Gregory Hurst, thank you. If an animal attacks me, I assume I should fuck it. Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
I wrote my book for dolphins. Yeah, he wrote a book called Wet Goddess. He wrote it for dolphins.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. Uh,
Okay. How about I move on?
he was born this way, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. This one, a little bit more
I hate that
traditional, I
argument.
think. This comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Miami monkey importer mailed white powder to himself in order to blame an animal rights group.
Oh, I saw this headline. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Worldwide Primates, a controversial South Florida company that imports monkeys for biomedical research, has long attracted the ire of animal rights protesters. Then came a threatening letter loaded with a suspicious white powder mailed to the mother of the company's founder, Matthew Block. Miami Beach police, firefighters, and federal agents rushed to the home. Quote, there's a letter here. We'll be back and you won't know when, the letter said. You are the lowest piece of crap walking the earth and you deserve what you do to helpless monkeys every day. It turns out the letter was just a ruse sent by Block himself. It was part of an elaborate plot intended to frame his longtime nemesis, the animal rights group called Smash HLS. For sending the letters, Block pleaded guilty recently to a federal charge of intentionally conveying false information through the mail. Wait, intentionally conveying false information through... I got some mailers from some politicians last week. I got some people that should probably be charged with federal crimes.
Real quick, thank you, James Colley, who's ready for a Tide Pod, and thank you, Flair Fritz. Little late to the stream, and the first story I'm hearing about is fucking animals. This is going to be a good night.
Yeah. There's not much more to the story. It's just they go on about the back and forth. Let's see. He accepted 5 years probation and agreed to pay $14,872 for the cost of the investigation. No prison time. There you go. I thought federal crimes had a bigger weight against them, but what do I know?
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
It's a victimless crime, isn't it?
Except for the amount of money cost to the taxpayer, I suppose, for the investigation and all.
He's still a dick. Don't get me wrong, but that would be my reason why nobody's no jail time. He didn't really hurt anybody except for wasting resources. So.
Okay, let me try to find something else here. Scrolling up a bit. Oh, what is that? No, okay. Oh, I think I remember this story. This also comes from Colleen Bernier. I think we read this when it happened, but now there's a resolution. Police used DNA to nab OC man who ejaculated through a fence. You remember this?
I don't.
Yeah, we talked about this. Like some guy was seen jerking off through somebody's fence. Like using a fence as a sex device or whatever. Yeah. Buena Park, California. A man accused of exposing himself to 3 women in Orange County is facing criminal charges after he was connected to the crimes through DNA evidence, and prosecutors are looking for more potential victims. Christian Adam Ramirez, 21, of Fullerton, is accused of exposing himself and touching his genitals while staring at women on 3 separate occasions in Fullerton and Buena Park. According to the district attorney's office, Ramirez had pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of soliciting another to engage in lewd conduct in June of 2017. Ramirez voluntarily provided a DNA sample at that time to prosecutors as part of his sentence. Months later, in April of 2017, Ramirez allegedly exposed and touched himself in an apartment in Fullerton while staring at a woman who was driving her son to daycare. Less than a month later, a 17-year-old girl was walking to her home in Fullerton when she allegedly encountered Ramirez at an apartment complex. Prosecutors said Ramirez exposed himself and was touching his genitals while staring directly at the teen. Ramirez was finally identified by investigators after a third victim said Ramirez entered her backyard in a black hooded sweatshirt and a mask on February 26, 2018, and ejaculated through a hole in the fence surrounding her apartment complex. So there you go.
You gotta do.
I guess. Let's see. His bail was set on $15,000. He pleaded not guilty to all 3 counts. His next court date is March 16th. So
what's he gonna do? Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, it's true.
I beat off in her fence.
Yeah, that knot hole, man. Oh, so tight.
I mean, even though he like concealed his identity, it feels like that might be something that he was probably like, I'm gonna be famous as fuck for this.
Set the mask jack off.
Let's see. This one comes from
He's still
Mike.
better than the fucker.
The what now? Oh, dolphin fucker? Yeah.
Still better than him.
Echo the Dolphin Fucker. The new video game. You ever play Echo the Dolphin?
I never played it, no.
I played it, yeah.
The first Echo the Dolphin was pretty good. It's very weird game, but it's sort of like kind of very, very calming game. It's very, very, I don't know, soothing, even though it's like difficult as hell when you get to the level. Okay, this one comes from Mike Unstinks. Woman sinks teeth into deputy.
That's probably a good idea.
What started with the arrest of a suspected car thief Thursday escalated into a struggle in which a 24-year-old woman bit a Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy in the leg. The incident occurred while deputies were arresting 19-year-old Alexander Roque. Alexander Roque. Is that a girl's name? No, wait.
No,
okay.
Probably her boy.
Of Gibsonton on charges that he stole a sport utility vehicle. Roque was also faces charges. Roque was also okay. Good job, guys. Driving without a license and threatening a public servant. Ellen Pride is charged with escaping from law enforcement custody. Officials say she slipped out of her handcuffs before biting the arresting deputy. Both face charges of resisting officers with violence and battery on law enforcement officers. And then they go into so don't bite police. Just a pro tip.
They don't taste very good.
How's it taste, motherfucker?
A couple of people sent us this one. This one comes from Circus Zero. It's just animal night between dolphins and monkeys. Now we have this. A bikini-clad woman rode a horse into a Miami nightclub. Now the hotspot is shut down. After a bikini-clad woman rode a white stallion out of Miami Beach nightclub, city official. Sorry.
You're a robot in real life, Scribe.
Scribe your robot, bud.
Oh. Okay, Albert, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good. Okay. Yeah.
Where did you lose me, or where did I lose you?
We heard
right
the
after
white stallion.
they shut down.
Sorry, what? One at a time.
Go ahead, Satsu.
I heard the last thing I heard was the white stallion entering the.
Okay.
Yeah.
After a bikini-clad woman rode a white stallion into a crowded Miami Beach nightclub, city officials called foal. This is the newspaper's attempt.
I see what they did.
Yeah, FOAL. They revoked the business's license Friday, sending its owners out to the pasture and possibly making them the target of a criminal probe. Okay. A video of the bizarre incident at Mokai in South Beach was posted on social media and caused both an assortment of horse puns. Really? It caused it? You guys perpetuating it? And serious concerns about animal cruelty and safety hazards for clubgoers. What kind of idiot would do something like this to an animal and endanger people's lives at that club? Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber told the Miami Herald, "It's not tolerable, not right, not humane." The video shows a woman wearing a dark-colored bikini riding the horse through the crowd. The animal suddenly bucks, sending the woman to the ground. Oh, you could have done a whole Christopher Reeve there if you're not careful. Let's see. Authorities opened a criminal investigation and were able to locate the horse, telling the Herald that the animal was in good health and safe. Huh. Okay. Well.
So she rode. Okay, it's probably not the best thing to do with a horse, but why would that hurt the horse?
Well, I mean, if the horse got spooked in the club and like thrashed about or got hurt or something inside of a crowded club with people, a lot of things could happen.
Well, but did any of those things happen?
No, but I'm sure having a live animal in there probably violates a whole bunch of statutes and things. That's why they closed the house and health code violations and everything else. So
somebody was having some fun. Fuck off,
Lady Godiva.
Yeah.
Without her. This one comes from Chaos Eve, of all people.
Oh my!
I know.
What is that?
Justice Department proposes ban on bump stock attachments to rifle. Rifles.
Yeah.
The Trump administration took a step towards cooling the gun control debate. Not really. On Saturday, after beginning the regulatory process needed to ban the controversial firearms add-ons known as bump stocks. Following the shooting at a Florida high school last month in which 17 people were killed, President Donald Trump urged that the Department of Justice work toward a ban on bump stocks. This is such a throwaway thing. It doesn't matter. It is the least mattering thing you can do in the gun control debate.
Yep.
That's what gets me, that they're trying to act like it's going to do something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed a super chat. Let me get this real fast. Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Fence guy sees Trump wall. Challenge accepted. I also missed Flair Fritz's one from earlier. And you have Chaos on as a guest. I'm going to have to give you guys a 1-star on Yelp because of this.
A 1-star on Yelp. Do we have a Yelp profile?
We do now, apparently.
We should get one. Yeah, and sorry about that, guys. My chat keeps freezing up. I just had to redo it, and I saw those pop up, so I apologize.
Nah, Monkey's just ignoring you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
On Saturday, the DOJ announced its proposal to classify the equipment as machine guns banned under federal law. A bump stock is going to be classified as a machine gun.
Sure, why not?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it will affect nothing. Something that the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives found not to be the case in 2010. ATF's decision at the time found that bump stocks did not amount to machine guns and could not be regulated unless Congress amended existing firearms law or passed a new one, something that may happen soon. Saturday's announcement is likely to result in a major backlash amongst Republicans, strong Second Amendment advocates, and gun manufacturers. Yeah, well.
Real quick, I have 2 more super chats. Thank you, MASH. Being that person hopes that fucking animals will become legal, you should get Michael Rowlands on this so he can fuck chickens with no worries. Chicken fucker.
Oh.
And thank you, Flair Fritz. Missing super chats won't help that 1-star.
Ooh.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Oh, here's a good one. This comes from Pissed Off Shih Tzu. Bay Area coffee shop won't serve police for safety of its customers.
Are you fucking retarded?
Nope. I'm not. Helmet. Oh, sorry. A coffee shop in Oakland is refusing to serve law enforcement officers for the, quote, physical and emotional safety of our customers and ourselves, according to the shop's social media. Okay. The sergeant who was turned away from the shop a few weeks ago said he was surprised by employees refusing to serve him, but walked out without any incident or any coffee. Coffee shop workers did not respond to requests for comment on the policy, but a post on their Instagram account shows a photo with writing in Spanish that says, quote, talk to your neighbors, not the police, unquote. Oh. So vigilante justice. All right. We talked about that the other night. The writing below the photo describes an exchange with a uniformed officer on February 16th, and the post clearly states, quote, we have a policy of asking police to leave for the physical and emotional safety of our customers and ourselves. The post includes another picture of Facebook posts in which people object to the shop's policy because they refuse to serve a sergeant in uniform who was also president of the Latino Police Officers Association of Alameda County. On top of the post, the shop wrote the words, not my president. Jesus.
Dear Lord. Thank you, Lord Lady Kekfa Omega Supreme. That is a long-ass name. Rolls up a 5 and shoves it in Scribe's bra.
What?
Oh,
Wait, my bra is... Monkey, are you my bra?
Yes, I am tonight.
I thought you were my bro.
That too.
Oh.
John Forge, which article are you talking about? He's asked several times if I read his article. I haven't read anything on here if you're talking about live on the show. Before that, it depends. I read a lot of shit today.
Who's asking about what?
Sergeant John Forge was asking if I read an article that he sent.
I linked it inside chat.
Oh, okay.
That might be a good topic idea if you guys take a look at it.
Let me pull that up. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This the video game thing. Okay, I'll set that aside for deep topic time.
Oh yeah, I hadn't read that yet.
Okay. Otherwise, I reached kind of the end of the articles, so
Cool. Let's do YouTube time real quick because I actually have deep topics, man.
oh, okay.
So, Satsu, what you been working on?
I got a couple stories. I just added the baby one that I was gonna do. Apparently, there was a shooting at a school, and there was only one victim. It was this black girl or whatever. She got killed, and some people were complaining that nobody's talking about it because there was only one victim, and obviously they're saying that because she's black. But I'm probably going to be covering that soon once some more information comes out for it. And just a few other things that I still had on backlog, waiting for some more information on. Other than that, you know, same old shit.
Cool. Scribbles.
I posted a video today. It's a video from The Root, wherein the speaker describes how feminism has left black women behind. So they created womanism, which is feminism but centered on black women. But it's not black feminism because those are two different things, apparently. And womanism is inclusive of all concerns, even though it's only meant to be concerned with black women. And intersectionality is a bad thing that encompasses all the bad things that happen to black women. But be sure to practice intersectionality in your activism, because I don't know. I do not. If you watch the video, my bewilderment is real, because as I watched the video the first time, I thought, if one person contradicts themselves that many times in such a short period of time, doesn't the universe implode on itself?
Should.
It should.
At the very least, their head should explode.
Other than that, that was my big project for that. I spent the morning on that, and I do have a bit of YouTube drama when we get to there.
Is womanism for men too?
From the way that it was described, you know. I don't have a word for both yes and no at the same time, so I'm just going to say you know.
I wanted to point out something that was brought up in chat that we missed while we were doing the story. Who was it that asked that? Where is that? Chris R. asked, who do they call if the cop refuses to leave? Talking about that donut shop.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's an excellent fucking question.
Another cop, but then I don't know.
Now you got two cops in the shop.
Yeah. And I have no answer for that. Let's see. What did I do? I played 7 Days to Die last night with Satsu, and I died twice.
He died twice, and I broke my leg once. So
yay!
We had a horde night, and I fell off the safe area and still managed to get away from the zombies, and then killed myself.
Yes, he walked back into the trap that we specifically put up to protect us from zombies. He skillfully killed himself on it. So there's that.
Chaos.
Yes.
What have you done?
I was on a stream last night with a certain
with Helmet Boy?
Yeah. A certain Helmet Boy.
Oh man. You shouldn't have interrupted her. I thought she was going to say something very nice about Scribe, but no.
Well, I actually kind of was, but oh well. Trying to find the clever way.
Fuck that up.
Thank you, Ian Ellis. Donation with no comment. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hi, Weibo. Didn't see you down there. Nice to see you. Oh, YouTube drama. Scribbles, you have drama.
I had a comment on my video today.
Oh shit.
I'm going to read it verbatim. There is a bit of controversy within it, but it's out there. I want to see if you guys react to it in any similar fashion as I did.
Okay.
And so, this was a comment put to my latest video, not put to one of the streams or anything. Scribelight, tell us all why we should care about your quote-unquote free videos when they get you paid, but you won't write a stupid ad for 10 super chat bucks. Fuck you, dude. You gave zero shits when SDA was ripping people off on Lords of the Night. But as soon as you have a migraine from earning a buck the easy way, you can't handle it anymore. Should I go back and make sure you didn't screw anybody over like I did with SDA? Who will Monkey replace you with?
Whoa.
Does that make any sense whatsoever?
What? Who the fuck?
Can we? All right, we gotta. Okay.
Okay, we gotta unpack this.
Yeah, so let me read my response because I tried to unpack it.
And what we do here. What's that? I'm sorry.
I said, let me read my response real quick because
Sure.
I did my best to unpack myself. Unless has it disappeared now? Did he delete it? Did he delete it? Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me check and make sure. That would be hilarious if it got deleted. I took a screenshot. No, I didn't. Okay, so here's my response. I don't monetize any of my commentary videos. The only videos that end up monetized are 1, the live streams, wherein all of the content is original and not sourced to anyone who might claim I was profiting off their work, and 2, those handful of videos that have been claimed for copyright and monetized by the claimant, from which I gain nothing. The money actually generated through my video content, even the ones I do monetize, is next to nothing. Each ad I wrote and read on air was a fulfillment of the donation request, leaving no remaining obligations. The 2 outstanding donations/requests that do exist, I acknowledged on air, and I've made myself available to their various requests and projects on the side. SDA is her own person. I don't police her actions over agreements she has made with others. If earning a buck the easy way via YouTube was my primary concern, I have a lousy way of following through on it by cutting off my own ad revenue. And Monkey will replace me with the loving spirit of Pebbles the hamster, of course. So I tried to figure out, like, he's complaining that I stopped doing ads and won't take money for doing the ads because they give me, a migraine, quote unquote, and it's not worth it anymore. And I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just a really big fan of my ads or something. But
I mean, I'm a big fan of your ads, but damn.
I was like, I have no idea what the argument or what was being complained about there. But it was the first time I'd gotten a comment that was just so acidic, Right. I mean, I've had some people make some, offhanded comments before, but nothing like this complex and convoluted. So anyway, that's my YouTube drama, so to speak.
I think we was about to jump this guy because she said, "Who is this fucker?"
I think it's an egg account essentially. It's just somebody made an account.
You're much nicer than I am. Why should you care about videos because he's not doing ads? The 2 things have nothing to do with each other. Literally nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, exactly. They're not related. I don't monetize my videos, and I've stopped doing ads. So if you're, even if I did.
You should care about the videos because you like the content, and the same as you should watch and care about. Look, I'm upset Scribe can't do those anymore either, and not even because it made my nights very easy with a whole shit ton of time I didn't have to speak, but because no, it's true. I mean, they really were nice for me, but I enjoyed them. They were funny, but I also understand the pressure that puts on him, and him not wanting to do that. I understand that. To equate the 2 and try to make it as some bad thing, go fuck yourself. That is from me to you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, so and people have been listening for all know this. I have a full-time job. YouTube is my hobby. I am flattered beyond words, and I hope the effort I put in the ads shows it, as to people who donate to me, because I'm not doing this to make a living, knock wood, as they say. So even though, yes, I'm cutting my nose, so to speak, but it's not, doing this the money is not what I do this for. I was doing this before I could monetize. I don't monetize anyway. I don't know what this guy's complaint was. I was just so blown away by the amount of for lack of a better word, passion he put into it that was completely nonsensical. It's like he's very angry about something, but I'm not quite sure what.
It really reads to me like why the fuck won't you take my money? Like, what the fuck is the problem?
I guess. I mean, and you know, I may bring ads back in the future. I just needed a break. I got to figure out if I'm going to do it. I got to figure out a different format so I don't get overwhelmed. I've got a couple ideas for that, but that'll be down the road. For the time being, I'm just like, you know, the videos I've written over the last week, 3, all of that mental energy that I would have put into ads is what, you know, turned into that because I could focus on other things. And so I, you know, well,
why should I care about your videos when I can't give you money?
I don't understand. You can still donate, you know. You can say if you'd like, if you're just wanting to burn your money at me, I host a show twice a week. You can do it that way. I don't know.
You know, it's implied that you didn't follow through with your ad requests, like you weren't doing them or something, even though you have.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if you only listened to my streams of the shows and think that we only do it twice a week and you never heard me read any ads, then I suppose you could get that impression. I don't know, but no, I mean, that was the whole pressure I put on myself to get them done by the next night. Was I wanted to make sure that everybody's donation and request was fulfilled as quickly as possible, so I didn't feel like for myself that I hadn't done my end of the bargain, so to speak, and then nobody else felt left out. That was part of it. Anyway, I've talked
real quick. Thank you, Flair Fritz. I'm glad that chat now saves and you can read this so that people tomorrow can see how this is all spelled. Fuck you, Scribe. You no do ads anymore, so I will unsub from you.
Oh, and people are saying they can't see the ad. I think you have to, on the comments thing, there's a drop down that says top ads or newest ads first. And it'll filter out some ads if you don't have newest ads first on there, kind of like the chat in the stream. So I think if you flip that switch, you might be able to see the extra comments that aren't readily visible.
Oh, you mean the live chat?
No, in the comment section for the video itself.
Oh, gotcha.
There's a little toggle there for newest ads or top ads, and then if you flip it, I think you see some of the other ads that aren't visible immediately.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I went on long enough. That was my drama.
Okay, I'm gonna tag you guys in something that really highlights why I shouldn't be browsing Facebook while watching the stream.
I still have one more thing to say on that comment on your video.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Scribe get literally 20 ads in one night on a night that he works, and the next day still get those all written for everyone. It blows my fucking mind that anybody would be pissed off about that. I understand being disappointed, but pissed off, really?
Oh, and guys, I just want to make this clear. I should have. Please do not waste any time replying to him or whoever it is, or spending your time with. Just leave it be. It is what it is. I'm not looking. Whoever it is. I don't have any ire. I'm not angry at you or anything. I'm confused. I'm not angry. And if there was some kind of misunderstanding about whether I was full, like I said, if you only watched Lords of the Night on my channel thinking that we only did it twice a week or something, or we confused that way, yeah, you'd never hear me read any ads on the show because I always do it on Monkey's show. So if that was some kind of misunderstanding, then you need to tune in. Of course, if that's the case, he's not hearing this. But yeah, don't waste any time commenting on it or going after the guy or anything. That's not what I'm asking for.
I might not be mad, but you can suck my dick. Jesse, thank you so much. Fuckery, leave Scribe alone.
Oh God. Yeah. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Scribe's right. It's not worth, getting fighting over, especially if it's somebody's, it's not even their real account because they don't want to make that public, which I would understand because that's asinine.
Chaos, did you see it?
Yes, I hate you so much.
It's a thing. The picture that I tagged you guys in.
Oh God. Oh God,
I
hate
Twitter.
you so much.
Ah! What is that? I don't want to know.
Because I refreshed the page and it was
naked yoga.
No, wrong.
I do not want to be we gonna have to space out some more. Like this room ain't big enough for this shit.
You always want to be in the front row in naked yoga.
Even then, I don't even know if I want to be in the front.
What the fuck?
Satsu, what is wrong with you?
Wait, why is naked stuff like this always people you don't want to see naked?
Oh, dude, it's like old people and just fucking.
No, wrong. No thanks.
I'm just like, see, this is why I should not be fucking scrolling on fucking Facebook, watching the stream, because this type of shit that happens.
Refresh page, make it go away.
STW asked if I was going to put up lights tonight. I put up lights last night.
Put up lights?
The lights?
In our gaming stream.
Oh.
That's like Christmas lights. I'm like, it's way out of season for that.
They've been getting on Monkey for this shit for a while.
So, deep topic.
Well, do you want the one that was sent to us?
Yeah, let's do that real fast. Or as fast as we can.
Sure. This comes from Anna Marie Cox. Why do I know that name? Isn't she? She was on one of those tech blogs way back when. I'm forgetting which one. It wasn't Gizmodo. It was something like that. It was like maybe it was Boing Boing or whatever. Anyway, playing BioShock Infinite in the age of Trump is unsettling, but not for the obvious reasons. Now, if you haven't played BioShock Infinite, which came out under the Obama administration?
Yeah,
it's been a few years.
Yeah. Okay. My husband and I bought our PS4 to escape 2017. I think you failed because it still happened. I had stopped playing video games around the time they lost their joysticks. Okay. Aside from a brief infatuation with Guitar Hero on the Wii, I maintained my distance. My husband's sales pitch had something to do with the fact that we live in Minneapolis, and during the winter, gaming is a nice alternative to Frostbite. You missed a comma there, lady. I don't know what to tell you. But he sealed the deal with this. You can only watch so much CNN. I'll agree with that. But then came time I chose to play... But then the game I chose to play was BioShock Infinite. In the first year of Donald Trump's America, that's no escape at all. The big difference is easy to spot, so let's put that first. BioShock Infinite is beautifully made with details that will delight anyone willing to slow down enough to unpack them. It's an aesthetic of just abandoned splendor, dark and sumptuous, if also ruined by an unseen disturbance. The Trump aesthetic is not that. Trump's gaudy, unself-consciously tumescent displays of wealth would translate into video games as garish loot crates and be empty besides. In the real world, Trump's America doesn't have the lonely romance of an abandoned carnival. It's the Midway in full swing, Technicolor tourists packed shoulder to shoulder, enveloped in the nauseating stench of cotton candy, overused grease, and sweat. Okay, lady, you're trying too hard. I don't know what to tell you.
Hard.
Real quick, I want to get these super chats. Thank you, James Colley. Scribe is one of the nicest people in the world. I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Mash. Satsu, you should end that picture. You should send that picture to SDA and watch the fireworks.
Oh my god.
What were you going to say, Cass?
Oh, I was going to say first off, Monday Matt's in the chat.
Oh,
hey Matt, how you doing?
And
Matt was hanging out with Memory Holiday in like Seattle or something today. I saw a picture.
He fell for your clickbait monkey. He saw the end and he was like, "What's ending? I don't understand."
Staring into the void.
Yeah, Matt, that's total clickbait. It's the end of our first week with Satsu as our new co-host. Yeah,
that's right.
It's me working the system, man. Got you here, didn't it?
It's as anticlimactic as it sounds. Let's put it that way.
I have to call
bullshit.
I have to call bullshit on this writer. You're telling me the last time you played video games was the Atari 7800.
Something like that. She says.
And you came back to BioShock.
Right. Yeah. Infinite at that. Like,
kiss my ass.
That's the one you picked?
What kills me, why is this person writing for Polygon, a video game website, if she doesn't play video games?
Yeah.
Because nobody at Polygon plays fucking video games.
That's true, too.
They write about it, but they don't play.
Let's see. I was seduced by the emptiness of BioShock Infinite's Columbia. That's the city in which the game takes place, for those of you that don't know. And the evidence of someone having taken great care in constructing it, the game's creators and its in-game founder both. But in trying to find my way through this gorgeously wrought fantasy land, I learned two things very quickly that made it hard to forget the real world. One, white nationalists are the bad guys, 2, I am really terrible at playing video games.
So is
Okay.
everybody else at Polygon, which is probably why you got hired.
Okay, does she understand this game was made before Trump
No,
was president?
she probably has no idea. She probably thinks that Trump made it.
Okay.
It's Trump the video game.
Okay, this is her talking. And I won't explore all the ways that BioShock Infinite's storylines intersect with the various strands of Trump's foreign and domestic agenda. There's enough to fuel a generation or two of graduate students if higher education continues to exist. What? Okay. He's a warped and fragile demagogue! Exclamation point. His version of American history is all hero worship and no principle! Exclamation point. When under stress, he tries to create tears in reality. What? Civil War monuments, apocalyptic Christianity, America first, and as mentioned before, a big part of the game is a shooting war between the protagonist and a bunch of armed and violent racists. I confess, I took great satisfaction in playing BioShock Infinite's opening chapters shortly after the protests and counter-protest in Charlottesville, Virginia. Okay, yet my satisfaction was limited by the game itself and my own skills. Rather than establish a clear battle against the forces of white nationalism, BioShock Infinite indulges the same both sides-ism that the president invoked after Charlottesville. Lady, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure what to tell you other than this game was made long before Trump ever even had the presidential aspirations in the glint of his eye. And it's fiction!
Well, remember, it's why it's disturbing to play it in the age of Trump.
In the age of Trump.
Dollar Sedona says if bitch never played the game.
Let me jump down to the end here because, okay. The real message of the game. Oh, here we go. We're going to find out what the real message of the game. The real message of the game resonates with the Trump era in a different way than the creators could have, than the creators ever could have intended. All the suffering before you is just a stage for your own self-actualization.
He didn't intend shit. It was before his time, you dumb motherfucker.
Institutionalized bigotry is a plot device and not something to overthrow. Early on, I realized I was not going to be able to do very much about the injustices of the world I was playing in when the game showed me a room with a bunch of slaves trapped in it, and all I could do was pass through. That's the point of the story. That's what... Okay, you're the hero of the story. You are seeing people being mistreated. You are meant to be there to overthrow the bad guys who are the white nationalist racists.
Actually, no. He was there to get the girl and get out.
Yeah.
That was his job.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's that too.
It wasn't his job to save them, and that's, while it sucks that those people are in that position, it does give you other chances. Like there's a part at the very beginning where they're throwing baseballs at this mixed race couple, and they hand you a baseball, and you have the option to either throw it at the couple or throw it at the guy who handed you the ball. And
well, I guess I should have said it was meant to establish who the good and the bad guys are, I should say.
Right.
Oh, there we go. P-Dog, thank you so much. Anna Marie Cox used to write the blog Wonkette, and she is the managing editor of MTV News. Coded in Lacey Green's old stuff is her fault.
Oh.
I didn't realize that was Wonkette. Okay.
Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I am so bad at it, at video games, she says, that I gave myself motion sickness multiple times. Lady, video games aren't your thing. And obviously, fictional narratives and you injecting current events into a game that's like, what, six years old now or something? How old is BioShock Infinite?
Oh, it's been out a while, yeah.
Yeah. It came out early in the Obama administration, I think. Like 2009 or something.
I just like how she said that it fits Trump better than they could ever have intended.
They didn't intend shit.
They didn't intend a fucking thing.
Does she understand when this game was made? Seriously, that is an honest to God question. Does she understand this game was made before the Trump administration?
I honestly don't know, because by the way she talks, no.
Well, I mean, I guess the better question would be, does anyone at Polygon understand anything about video games at all?
No.
Yeah, this is amazing.
No, they don't.
One more super chat. Thank you, Mash. The number of ones showing in the chat shows what a instigator I am. I hope someday to be as big an instigator as Papa Undoomed. All the
shit,
ones in
what
chat
happened?
were to send that picture to SDA.
Oh, well, I guess I have to do it now. The ones have spoken.
There you go.
Okay, I want to read the
Dagger.
last paragraph just to get this out of the way, and then we'll be done.
Sure.
John Scalzi once wrote that being a straight white man is playing life at, quote, the lowest difficulty setting there is, unquote. My shitty gameplay is a reminder that the game can always get easier if you're an important enough player. What?
Really?
BioShock Infinite made it possible for me to experience not just what it's like to be a straight white man, but what it's like to be Donald Trump. What is wrong?
The fuck is okay? It's lost her mind.
I just like
Amazing.
I'm a man of peace. I don't advocate violence. You know what I mean? But I would like to beat her with a giant Christmas bag full of BioShock Infinite video games.
I don't advocate violence, but I want to beat this woman, and I'm with you there.
Just like what? How is
Nowhere.
it possible? Is it quantifiable to measure this level of stupidity?
No,
Can it be done?
Okay, BioShock came out in 2013, so just into the second Obama administration, and it was in development for a long time prior.
yes. So
She does not, and Trump did not announce his candidacy until 2015.
yes,
So this came out. This was developed at least 4 years prior, and I'm being probably generous, but 4 years prior to Donald Trump's announcement of candidacy. And the creators better than they could have intended.
better than they could have intended.
I really want. I think I'm going to tweet her and ask her. Do you know that BioShock Infinite was made years before Trump even announced?
And yes, Sergeant John Forge, you're right. This was comedy gold. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
She couldn't have missed the point more if she was actively trying.
seeing as how shitty she was at the game, maybe she didn't understand the story either, because like none of that really, none of the comparisons, the parallels that she's drawing does not exist.
You watched a playthrough. She ain't play the fucking game.
Even if she did, man, I just don't understand how she's drawing a parallel. It's like some dude is going to save some chick, and that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of shit going on around, but how is the protagonist in any way like Donald Trump? I don't get it. I'm confused, and I'm a little scared.
Well, you know what? This is not any of the deep topics that I was planning, but that brings up a good one. I read a story today. I forget who wrote it. It was linked on Twitter somewhere. But the guy starts off the story talking about how when he's a centrist, he calls himself a centrist. How when he has a disagreement with one of his right-leaning friends, he has no problem, challenging them on it. He's like, we have an argument and then we go back to being friends. No big deal. But when he has a disagreement with one of his liberal friends, he's hesitant to even talk about it because they get so pissed off about it. And if you go back to like the election, I remember this so vividly. So many people like on Facebook, if you supported Donald Trump, just unfriend me now.
Oh yeah, people is disowning their moms. Like
Yeah.
people was like, I don't fucking talk to my mom anymore because she's a Trump supporter.
And frankly, it's not Trump. It's not. He is just the vehicle at the moment because he's a Republican president. I think for all of the talk about how the country's so toxic and stuff, liberals and by liberals, for anybody, don't get pissed off. I'm talking about your aggressive SJW lunatics. Can't seem to handle any disagreement at all.
Nope. No matter what it's about either. Like it could be the most trivial thing and they will lose their shit.
Yeah.
My therapist is pretty left leaning, and even she was, she and I have some of these discussions all the time as to how social justice and stuff surrounds trans lifestyle and stuff like that. But she even mentioned an article she read one time about called "Why I Fear My Fellow Social Justice Warrior." Even other social justice warriors and leftists are scared of some of their own people because they'll look up and go, maybe I'm not as left as I thought I was. I don't know.
Well, look at what happened with Res Please. Res Please was got onto YouTube and was accepted into the to the Christy Winners community.
Mm-hmm.
And she made the mistake of saying she thought Bering was funny. That's where everything started to go downhill for her.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And then she did. And she said this live on a stream with Christy Winners, and I think Michael Rowlands was in there, and Kevin Logan. There was a whole bunch of the usual suspects, and she said she thought Bering was funny sometimes. And then she did a stream with Bering on her channel, and just those two things was enough for them to basically excommunicate her from the group.
Oh yeah, you should have heard when she said it. Like the reactions and everybody was like, "I cannot believe you!" Just like it was like sacrilege,
crazy bitch. Yeah, it was weird
because they said basically you're not allowed to think he's funny because we don't like him. Like that's you don't get to say that. Like if he doesn't say things you agree with, essentially, then regardless of if it's considered humorous or not, like it's wrong for you to laugh at it. And I'm just like, fuck off.
Shiogarath says Shive hasn't blocked him on Twitter. Tell him you think that Monkey's right about him having butt lips. He'll get rid of you. But I do think, I mean, there's yes, I know both sides have disagreements, but I really do think the left right now has a very big problem in not being able to accept any disagreement and taking every disagreement very fucking personally.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think that's good for society in any way. But it kind of leads me to, real quick. Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Hey lady, how about an article about playing Russian roulette in the age of Trump? And things are too easy as a white male, so she wants to be an NPC.
Who did she marry? What does her husband look like, I wonder?
I don't know. I'm betting standard beta.
Yeah.
But this kind of does lead me into one of the deep topics I wanted to talk about, because I saw an argument today. I should pull it up. Let me see if I can get the exact quotage, because I don't want to fuck this one up. Hang on a second. I'm going to keep talking like I do this on the stream with Satsu. I just talk while I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm actually doing here. Because it makes the stream seem like I'm still doing things.
There you go. Babbling. Yay.
Babbling is an essential part of being able to stream properly. Let's see. All right. No, that's not the right one. There we are. So this guy tweets out, if you're one of those people who doesn't let people who are trans be who they are, I'm sorry, someone just didn't love you as a kid. That's no reason to take away joy from others. Stop being a bully because you were bullied and let people live. To which I responded, what if who I want to be is somebody who doesn't let other people be who they want to be? Why don't I get to be who I want to be in that scenario? Is it because you were bullied? And the guy wrote back, come on, man, you know what you're doing. And I did know what I was doing there. I don't have a problem. I have no will or power to stop trans people from being trans. Literally, no fucking power to do so. And no want to do so. But the argument that if you don't let trans people be who they want to be, it's just because you were not loved or bullied as a kid is fucking retarded. And I have this problem with people accepting arguments just because they like the conclusion of the argument, even though the argument is shit.
Yeah, well,
and go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. It doesn't. The problem is that their arguments, like they don't have any glue. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't stick at all, because as soon as you counter them with a statement like that, like you should let people do what they want to do and be how they want to be, and you're like, well, I want to be like this, so why can't I? There's nothing they could say that immediately deflates their argument, because they would have to agree that, oh, well, if that's what you want to do, then it's fine. That's the only reasonable response to that, if you actually hold that view. But it's never the response. It's like, well, no, except you. You don't agree with things we agree with, so you can't do whatever you want to do. Just allow everybody else to. And I'm like, no, that don't make sense.
Was like that article we read earlier about the guy who was kicked out of his class for speaking out of turn or whatever. I told somebody today when they told me that, I said, well, he should have come back at her with, well, how do you know I don't identify as a woman?
Exactly. Excuse me.
Because gender is just a social construct.
Exactly. Yeah, it is.
There's no threshold. I mean, according to them, there's no threshold for being one gender or another, save for a declaration. Apparently.
Well, we've gotten to this place where there was actually what's her name? Allie is her real name. What does she go by on here? Harley Quinn. Anyway, she made a thing in response to this where she said, being trans is not like parking at the mall. You don't need anybody to validate you.
Nice.
Which is true. And so much of this stuff about, let me be myself and don't stop. You shouldn't try to stop me from being me is just people seeking outside validation for who they are.
Right.
And if you need that, it's not really who you are. You're just searching for somebody to accept you.
I don't know, man. I've never felt or lived in a way to where I'm like, I'm not okay unless people tell me that I am. Like that's the only way that I can believe that I'm fine or that I'm acceptable as a person. Somebody needs to make sure they let me know, or else it can't be true.
Satsu,
what's up?
It's okay that you're a black man.
Oh man,
it's okay. It's okay, Satsu.
It's okay. We accept you.
Thanks. But I am obligated to let you know as a black person that I don't give a fuck about what you say.
Well, it's so much of this, and frankly, I'm going to say the word people hate. It's the trans trenders. It's not people who are actually trans. And yes, I do believe there's a difference. I believe there's people who don't feel comfortable in their body, and I believe there's people who spend too much fucking time on Tumblr. And the ones who spend too much time on Tumblr are always the ones that you see going, you have to accept me for who I am. I don't have to accept shit.
They're the ones with their pronouns in their Twitter profiles and stuff like that. You can just spot them from a mile away.
Well, that's why they glorify, people who don't need validate. Like there's people like such and such apologetically is doing yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, they're living their lives. They're in the news and doing all types of shit that they want to do. And pathetic people like you are talking about how amazing they are. But all you have to do is just not give a fuck like they do. They're doing all these great things. And you're like, this person is so brave. I'm like, they're not brave. They're literally just being themselves and not giving a fuck what people say about it. Like, that's
it's
it.
An amazing concept.
Yeah, it's not fucking rocket science. You are sitting here saying that I can't do anything unless people tell me I can, and this person's out there just doing whatever the fuck they want. And I've hung around so many people, who are gay or, trans and everything like that. And like whenever it's not a topic of discussion, you know what I mean? Like there has never been like a coming out moment or, people having to explain to me like what's going on with them, like any trans or gay friend. It's just something that's unspoken. It's like, yeah, you are whatever you are, but that's kind of irrelevant. Like that doesn't need to be a conversation that has to happen. Like it just, it never has for me. So I don't know. People are fucking weird.
Well, that's why I loved Allie's comment that it's not parking at the mall. It's like, exactly. You don't need outside validation. We don't have to have a conversation about what you are. Just be you.
Yeah. It's funny because Monday I went out with some friends for like a kind of a going away thing for everybody. And we were all sitting around talking and hanging out. And not one of my friends says anything about me being trans. But there's this new girl that got introduced to the group who, I don't know if she's bi or gay or what, but she was talking to one of the other guys, and she found out that I was trans and decided she was going to come over and tell me that I was beautiful and smart and special and I was important or whatever. And I was just like, I appreciate the thought because I know you mean well, but sweetie, I don't need you to. And she was like, and if they're mean to you, let me know. And I'm like, I've known these guys for like 10 years.
Like, bitch, sit down.
They'll say shit to me. I'll say shit right back to them.
Dude, see, I'm telling you, I would walk around with a folding chair, like with me at all times, just for that shit. Like, here, have a seat. Have a fucking seat, please, because you're doing too much.
Do these people understand how fucking condescending that is?
That is so fucking, it's just like, really?
Yeah, like I said, I understood she was trying to be nice, but I was just like, honey, I don't need you to validate me.
But
my voice is my passport. Please verify me. Sorry, that's yeah. That was a sneakers throwback.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
Those
yeah, with
people I'm
sneakers.
always weary of. I'm always suspicious of people like that. Like, and I know people are saying like, oh, they're just trying to be nice, but I don't take it like that at all. Like, I literally I take it completely the opposite. I'm like, you're a piece of shit, aren't you? I can tell. I can tell you're a piece of shit. I'm not fucking with you.
Well, they are trying to be nice. The problem is they don't understand how. Because we live in a society now where everybody has to be coddled. The reason that this person came over to Chaos and was like, if they're mean to you, it's coddling behavior. It's like, I will protect you from those meanies.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. Real quick, thank you, Snubber. The new blood sports have begun. Crunchy peanut butter versus creamy peanut butter.
Oh, I saw that. Creamy.
I like
depends.
both, actually.
I like both.
Yeah, it depends on what mood I'm in, but both are.
Actually,
I'm trans peanut butter.
Trans peanut butter.
I think Gabriel tweeted that out.
Yeah.
When you aren't really that. Oh, thank you, England DG. When you aren't really that capable, confident, or special on your own, you embrace ways to make you seem so in a way that is irreproachable, in my humble opinion. Or irreproachable. To a point, I agree with that, and a lot of it I think has to do with how kids are raised these days. I remember being little and my mom actually saying to me, "Get out of the house. I don't want to see you right now." And today's kids, George Carlin said it best. People treat their kids like a cult, almost like cult objects. They're the most special thing ever. And most kids, sorry, folks, most kids are not special. Most kids are average. That's why we have the word average. And then they get out into the real world and nobody gives a shit about them because they have no discernible thing about them that is special. And so, yeah, they go to Tumblr and suddenly they think they're a girl because they put on a spaghetti strap top.
Yeah, the world is a fascinating place.
Fascinating, moronic, same thing.
Korea doesn't have enough nukes to solve this problem.
But just back onto the trans thing. The thing about it is that so many people are using it as an identity when it's not really. To me, it is a mental disorder that I deal with. I transition so that I can go on and live a normal life as a person, and not this thing that it just doesn't make any sense to me. Why people just put I'm trans all over everything, and I'm just like, why?
It's to make them special.
Yeah,
I've said from
nothing else.
From the beginning of my time online, actually, one of the first videos that I made, beginning of my time on YouTube, that I find trans trenders to be deplorable because they make light of what people like you go through. It would be very much the same as somebody being in a wheelchair because they feel like their legs don't work. It is a mental disorder, and that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But using that as a way to get attention for yourself is fucking disgusting. Real quick, thank you, James Colley. George Carlin said the same thing 20 years ago. George Carlin was a smart guy.
Oh yeah.
But we can still talk about this, but I am going to turn it over to chat. We're just 2 minutes early, so chat. Questions, comments, concerns, things you'd like to know about. Chaos Eve is here. Ask questions. As far as I've seen, she's pretty open. So also, if there's phrases you'd like her to say in a sexy voice, go ahead and do that too.
All I gotta say is, bring it, bitches.
Bring it, bitches. That's what she said. Jesse says, Chaos Eve, your sexiness is over 9,000.
No,
it is.
Thanks.
It really is.
It's over 9,000.
Rico Suave says, if all you've got is trans identity, you're saying you're nothing more than a mental illness. That is absolutely true. And again, that's not a bad thing. I feel bad for people who genuinely feel out of place in their body. That's not something to make light of.
Oh, and here comes a request. Terry wants me to make an ASMR channel.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I find those so cringy, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you find very high numbered paychecks cringy?
Exactly.
Because
Mash-
Fritz always finds the worst ones. Like he finds like Meg from Family Guy working in Sephora doing your makeup ASMR, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
He finds Funky Kong from the old Donkey Kong video games, somebody doing Funky Kong's voice ASMR. And I'm like, what even?
Mash wants to know if you would ever stream with Blair White, Chaos.
Sure, if she ever asked me.
Jack wants to know if we talked about the coffee shop in Oakland that refuses to serve police. Yes, we did.
Hilarious.
Snowbirds wants to know who has the biggest schlong, me, Blair, Weebo. Definitely Weebo. We can't match that.
Shiograth, Harvey Weinstein told me if I sucked his dick, I would become famous. Said a bunch of famous women.
Oh my god.
True story.
Said a bunch of famous women. Well, can't call that man a liar. Jesus Christ.
Captain Bramble says, if SDA wanted to come back and host again, would you let her? Or with Satsu here, does the axiom hold true once you go black? Hey, we run, it's a 3-person show. So it's Satsu's spot now. She could come back and hang out with us. Let's see. I'm not trans. This is Ellie Burke. I'm not trans, but I am disabled and deal with a lot of people who mean well and feed me quite similar lines and coddle me. Do you have any advice for dealing with them in a polite way?
Oh man. See, they fucked me up with the in a polite way.
Tell them I appreciate it, but I don't need your help.
Or
helping me is actually hindering me.
I would say it just slightly differently. And as somebody who's disabled myself, I tell people, thank you, but if I need your help, I promise you I'll ask. Because there are times I need help. So Polydub says, Cassie, do you attract more people with your on fleek lipstick game or smooth Southern accent?
Gosh. I don't know. I mean, apparently it's my voice. I used to have such self-consciousness about my voice, and then Monkey decides to start saying, hey, that's a sexy voice. And
that is a sexy
all that
voice.
self-consciousness just went away.
Type 1 in chat if you think she has a sexy voice.
Oh, God.
Did you hear about the social worker in Virginia that was fired for having a concealed carry permit? Asked One Ton Hammer. I saw the story. Well, I saw the headline. I don't believe it, honestly.
Ooh, she responded to me. Anna Marie Cox responded to me.
Did she?
So just for context, here's what I said. I said, I quoted, "The real message of the game resonates with the Trump era in a different way than the creators could have ever intended," unquote. Anna Marie Cox, you do know that BioShock Infinite was released in 2013, yes? Or are you meaning the creators were clairvoyant? And she said, I mean, they could never have intended the resonance since, yes, the game came out in 2013. Is that hard to follow? Because the game came out in 2013, any resonance with Trump is accidental, something they could have never intended, like how people are reading 1984 now. And then I said, back, hold on 1 second so I can...
Putting red, you guys, come on.
Well, where did it go now? Why doesn't it show my response? I said something back. All right, here we go. Then I said, you expressed such a visceral imparting of Trump onto the game's setting. You made it sound as if the two were contemporary, so it was easy to read it that way. So that was my response. Anyway. Oh, the age we live in where I can just immediately interact with somebody whose article I read 5 minutes ago.
I think it's great that she responded.
Yeah, no, I was surprised, you know.
Let's see. Somebody asked why we don't like Trump. Cryptic Grim asked, why do you not like Trump? I don't not like Trump. I don't like some of the shit he does. I do like some of the other shit he does. I'm not a fanboy.
Yeah, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Hillary either. I didn't vote for the presidential because I didn't want either one of them in the office for different reasons. I'm not a big fan of his, but like John Wayne said, I didn't vote for him, but he's my president, and I hope he does a good job. So I just got to wait and see.
Well, I am it's in my DNA to hate people who make more money than me. So
Tarazing wants me to say moist in my ASMR voice, so moist.
Oh,
Nice.
I only hate that word slightly less now.
Zeltar says, your mom gay, shill my Twitter, Minion's Twitter passed me in followers, and I'm getting a complex. So everybody follow at Zelthor, Xelthor. Go find him and follow him and tweet at him how gay he is.
Just tweet 2 words. You gay.
Okay.
And spell it GAE.
You gay.
You gay.
And don't space it out either. No
That's
space.
a goal. Maximum annoyance.
Oh my god.
What else we got here, guys? Let's see. Karen asked if I like memes. It depends on the meme. Your boy Pat wants thoughts on Sonia Say. I don't know who she is.
No. Dunno.
Monkey, have you and Scribe considered reviewing the original Death Wish with Charles Bronson for movies you should have watched? Probably not. I don't know how he feels about it.
I remember what movie it was that I thought that we should watch at some point too.
What's that?
Strange Days with Ralph Fiennes. You ever see that?
Strange Days. It sounds familiar. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a little anachronistic now because it was made to sort of tell the future and such, but it's such a great little sci-fi noir movie, and it was directed by Catherine Bigelow, who'd eventually go on to do Hurt Locker. And it's like, I think it was the first time I ever really saw Ralph Fiennes in there, and it is really good. Anyway, it's on the list. So Sneakers, Strange Days, Darkman. Darkman definitely at some point.
I still want to do The Negotiator. It's such a great fucking movie.
I gotta order a copy of Sneakers. I gotta order a copy of Darkman and Negotiator. What?
Thank you, Pat. Sonia Say is the woman that's trying to make her fucking pet fox a vegan.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bitch is gonna kill that fox because she's feeding it a fucking vegan diet. Okay, people. If you're vegan and you can't stand your animals eating other animals, don't get dogs, don't get cats, don't get anything that requires meat for their fucking diet.
Get a turtle.
And fennec foxes are so fucking awesome.
Have you seen the picture of it? The thing looks dead.
Yeah, it's funny. That's my animal in the zoo is a fennec fox.
Oh my god, I love it. I love fennec foxes. They're too damn expensive, but I would get one if I could.
Let's see. How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? Shiograth, I got to start reading what you write before I say it out loud.
You know, Rob Lowe has a channel on YouTube called Rob Lowe Success Stories, and he does these intros, these short little segments about, like, I don't know, inspirational stories of people and stuff. I found it randomly one day, and I just thought, no one's watching this. Like, there's like 12 people subscribed to the channel or something. I'm just like, these are well produced. Somebody spent money on these things. Who's seeing this shit?
Can we talk about how many flavors of Kit Kat Japan has?
Dude, what now?
Japan's weird.
Do have extra flavors?
They have like fucking 3,000 flavors of Kit Kat. This shit is ridiculous. Because I'm on TokyoTreat.com, and I'm gonna do one of these little boxes or whatever, like the loot boxes where you get like a bunch of random snacks or whatever. And me and Squishy are gonna do a live unboxing and trying of them. But holy fuck, there are fucking flavors of Kit Kats I didn't even know was even possible. There's one that's butter. It's literally butter. It's just butter.
Butter flavored Kit Kat. Why not just eat a stick of butter?
I don't know, but it's butter, and it's a stick of butter on the package. It just says butter. Just like
butter. That sounds like some shit Southern Americans would eat.
I know, but it's in fucking Japan. They got wasabi. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Did you hear about the story about Satsu covered about the couple who went to jail for getting their car back? Yeah, we actually talked about that last night. We talked about it at great length on Scribe's channel. That's where we were last night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
By the way, Chaos, I forgot who said it. It's up a ways. Somebody said your voice is so sexy they'd buy you a drink.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Let's see. Priestess of Keck says, I actually like the green tea flavor. There's a green tea Kit Kat. Why the fuck?
There's a green tea Kit Kat. There's man, I'm telling you, dude, there's so many different kinds.
Wharf.
Oh, Weibo, you were on Kumite apparently the other day. What were you arguing about? Nobody saw it, so I'm wondering.
The Kumite?
Like after the debate with Radio 1 or whatever?
That's what I was told, yeah. Let's see. There's an orange cream Kit Kat, and it's so good. We don't need to just go with chocolate. What's wrong with chocolate, y'all?
Man, dude.
It's still chocolate. It's just flavored chocolate.
Cookies and cream. They got strawberry cheesecake. What is that? Lobster and clam? What the fuck?
Ew.
Apple vinegar, cappuccino, tomato. Okay, that's weird. Apple, orange, pineapple, Kit Kat.
Oh, apparently Weibo was just on because Tonka likes her. Okay.
Yeah. Tonka likes everybody except you, Monkey. How did that happen?
You could give Tonka the D. I think he
argued
needs it.
with him. I dared question him.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Weibo, give Tonka the dick. He need it, man. He's too irritable.
Shit. I was drinking. Don't do that, man.
Give him 20 of them 41 inches.
Oh, fucking Cryptic. Cryptic. Remember, guys, he's Asian. He can make these jokes. Cryptic says, what? No dog flavor?
Oh.
Oh, God.
I'm looking now. Hold on. No dog flavor. Dragon fruit flavor.
Oh, my man. Oh, my man. What the fuck?
Oh, my God. Man. What?
Wait, but when did you hit 50 feet? You were at 43 last I checked.
She finally got hard.
I guess after Radio 1, she just grew an extra 7.
She's a shower, not a grower. Let's see. Good night, guys. Night, Kara. Kara. I always say your name and then have to fix it. I love you, especially your slong, Weibo. Okay. Stop paying attention to Weibo. Ask us questions. Ask Chaos questions. Chaos has great answers.
I do.
How do you know?
Because I watch the Minions of the Zoo when you and I aren't streaming.
Jamila says hearing Chaos say, oh, God, is arousing. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
that's for you ladies out there. You know you like it. Evo, that was for your grandma. What else we got going on here? Have you ever eaten anything prickly pear flavored?
No, but apparently I found out that bearded dragons eat prickly pears like it's something they can eat all the time. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I have no idea what a I mean, I'm guessing it's a pear, but prickly.
Shieldgrath says, I asked earlier, but did y'all see Google Maps added a Mario Kart icon for March 10th day? And March 10 it says Mario when you spell it out. So
oh, I didn't think that was real.
Apparently it was.
That's cool.
Karen wants to know if she's in a porno. No. Just
be.
I was just talking to Weibo's mom and her grandma and Weibo.
And SDA's mom.
Oh, yeah, SDA's mom's hot too.
Six asked what game we're playing on Minions tonight. I think we're actually going to be playing the new Cards Against Humanity deck with a bunch of Minions quotes and several Lords of the Night quotes in there. So
I haven't played Cards Against Humanity in a while.
So while you're watching Monkey and Satsu shoot zombies, come play Cards Against Humanity with us.
Thank you, Timothy Sealback. Prickly pear is a cactus, apparently. Okay.
A cactus? Oh, that makes sense because bearded dragons they reside in the desert.
Thank you, Mash. At Chaos Eve and at Weibo Jones, or at Chaos Eve at Weibo Jones's schlong became 50 feet because of my excellent taffy pulling skills. Jesus Christ, I can't read tonight. Let's see. Do you know Markiplier is going political now? No, I didn't.
Wait, what happened?
I saw that video and I'm like, no. He said my thoughts on gun control. I'm like, nope, not gonna watch it. Not gonna watch it.
What happened?
I like
Markiplier's going political.
Oh shit.
Is he for or against gun control? Because if he's for gun control, I will make a Markiplier response video.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I will SEO the shit out of that.
See, he's usually pretty reasonable and intelligent though, so maybe he's just like, I don't know, maybe we should just do something, but I don't know.
I feel like it's probably a bunch of kind of vague, because I've seen Markiplier's like, personal let's have a talk videos, and a lot of them are just him kind of talking in circles. So
yeah,
that's all right. I've dealt with those kind of people before. I like making videos about those. Markiplier's for gun control. Yeah.
Oh god, I might have to skip this one, Monkey, because I like Mark and I don't want to hear it.
Well, I think, isn't it? Oh, wait. Okay, so when people say gun control, because there's already like forms of gun control now. You know what I mean? Like there are laws and things in place, for guns and being able to get them and stuff. That those are forms of gun control. So is it like is it bad that people are in favor of gun control? Period. Or just very strict gun control?
Here's my problem with the gun control debate. It's the sense of security that you're getting with no real security. Everything that they tell you we need, because they call it common sense gun control. And we always hear this term after something bad has happened. But the common sense gun control that they talk about wouldn't have changed anything.
Right.
We always.
Oh,
go ahead. No, ask your question.
Are you fine with like gun control as is, like just the concept of guns being controlled, period, in the state that they are?
Am I fine with it? I'm used to it. Put it that way. I don't have necessarily a problem with it. I think states that have the 21 laws are stupid because. Especially ones that say you can't get a handgun until you're 21, or handgun at 21, but you can get a rifle at 18. Well, if you get a semi-automatic rifle, it's going to shoot at or about the same speed as a fucking handgun. The reason handguns got those 21 laws is because of shootings and gun control pushes back in the 80s, where handguns were the bane of everyone's existence. That's what's caused all the problems. So everybody went after handguns, and then we got the assault rifles, which are basically it's a fucking rifle. So it's not that I think the gun control laws are okay. I don't mind having like restrictions on violent felons not being allowed to get guns. That just kind of makes sense to me. But the idea that you can get one deadly weapon at 18 and a different one at 21 when they're basically the same fucking thing. Makes no sense to me. It is literally it's literally selling security to people without actually giving them any. Real quick, thank you. The next 6 minutes. Markiplier's a normie getting in over his head. And real quick, I wanted to address a comment that was made back here. Jacob Jet says, "Ranting Monkey, if you do that video, prepare to be the most hated man on the internet." That's never stopped me, and it never will.
Won't stop him.
I'm about to say I've replied to a Markiplier video and it didn't really get any. It's not like he's got a bunch of kids following him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're actively searching for social commentary in response to Markiplier. They're just watching his content, so it's probably not going to be a backlash at all, to be honest.
NR Jameson says, "Hey, Ranting Monkey, do you have a background in gunsmithing?" I don't even own a gun. I've fired guns a few times. I enjoy firing them, but I don't. That's the extent of my experience with guns. I'm just not afraid of them because we're such a pussyfied society. Look, you're gonna die one day, and it could be. My aunt died in a car accident. No guns were involved. My dad just died in his sleep. No guns involved. You're gonna die, and you cannot make yourself perfectly safe. You can do things that make sense. Like don't let violent criminals have fucking guns. Don't let crazy people have fucking guns. Those make sense. But the idea that one gun is worse than another is retarded. The idea that you can ban bump stocks. Okay, ban fucking bump stocks. It's not going to stop somebody from using a fucking belt, because that's literally all it is. And the idea that, oh God, it's just stupid. It's stupid. This is who was it? Franklin. There's a very famous quote, and everybody misquotes it, but it's those who would trade freedom for security deserve neither. And that's what they're going to get. I forget the exact quote and who it's from, but it's absolutely true. The idea that you see this with free speech, you see this with any time you're trying to trade away your freedom to be safer. One, you're not going to be safer. You're just going to be less free. And you're just a jackass for not noticing.
It's interesting. I don't know. People are. It's weird because, so it's not the control itself. It's the form of control that they're pushing, pretending like it's about to work, is what you have a problem with.
I have a problem with giving up freedoms in the name of security you're not going to get. Right. Because it's America is such a wonderful place for the amount of freedoms we were given in the Constitution. It really is. It really was in the history of the world an amazing thing. And we are so spoiled today that we're just shitting it away because we're scared all the fucking time. Real quick, thank you, James Colley. Wasn't it the Brady bill the reason why you can't buy a handgun until 21? Yes. Also, could Chaos Eve, something she has around her, can you type what you meant to put there? Because it looks like there's a word missing. But yeah, the Brady bill, all because of what the hell was his name? Who's the dude who shot Reagan?
Oh, Mark David Chapman. No, that was Lennon. Sorry. Fuck. I was going to say Mark David Chapman. Hinckley.
Hinckley. Yeah, John Hinckley.
Yeah, John Hinckley.
You know, I rarely ever agree with I Am Cancer when he's posting in chat, but he said something back up here that kind of made me think. He said, when you can't control criminals, you decide to control the innocents. And that's basically what they're doing by passing all these laws.
Yeah.
They're not stopping people from bad people from getting guns and shooting up schools. They're stopping law-abiding citizens who actually care about the law from getting access to guns.
Thank you, Black Romeo. There's the actual quote. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety, from Ben Franklin. Yeah. I agree with that statement 100%. Let's see. Courtney Love knows how to use a gun. That's not nice.
Oh my God.
It's really fun. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Sheogorath, give us a Kurt Cobain joke. Anyway, go ahead.
It's really funny. Like if you think about when somebody puts up a sign, like let's just say you put up a sign that says, "Do not go into this room," by law, you can't go into this room. Like the only people you're gonna get, like that are gonna suffer the consequences of whatever's in that room are people who break the law and idiots. So it's like we can do without both of those.
Yeah. Like a locked door only keeps out an honest man. That's the
exactly.
Yeah.
Like fucking landmines, do not enter.
Cryptic Grimace, have you ever fired a 45? I fired a 45, an AR-15, and a 30-06.
Colt 45 works every time.
Oh, here's his Shigoroth's Kurt Cobain joke. Did you know that Kurt Cobain had really bad dandruff? Yes, they found it his head and shoulders behind the couch.
Nice. Nice. Wow. I knew I could count on you.
And I Am Cancer says, Chaos Eve, I am a super racist, and you agree with me, so you must also be a racist. Yep, I guess so.
Mash wants to know
is evidence of that.
Mash wants to know if we saw on Twitter how Black Lives Matter is saying the NRA is a terrorist organization. It's not just them. There's a lot of people saying it right now. Sergeant John Forge, Markiplier thinks an AR-15 is an assault rifle. Lots of people throw out the term assault rifle, assault weapon. My favorite right now is military style weapon. Like fuck off. Yeah. Do you know the military has knives? Literally, they have military style knives. Fuck off.
Remember military shovels, combat shovels?
Yes.
They're in Call of Duty World War II, and it's so funny.
Guys, we have 6 minutes left. Sorry, I went on a rant there. So if I missed any questions, throw them out there again.
Well, James said he wants me to read something I have around me, and I don't really have anything to read around me.
Books are for losers.
Nothing sitting in my computer anyway. I don't know. Read chat.
You can read chat.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to read chat. There's a lot of cancer.
Military-style can openers have no place in the hands of the common citizens. Exactly.
Military-style can.
It's true. The military has all kinds of stuff, but yeah, military-style weapon because it looks kind of like that. That's one of the funniest things about it. An AR-15 is mostly what people are afraid of is the way it looks. Timothy Seelbeck, thank you. They're called entrenching tools, Scribe.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, and I promised
Sorry.
bits off Shih Tzu I would say something a minute ago.
What are you going to say?
Oh, here we go. Oh, Shih Tzu, you're so big.
Oh, Shih Tzu, you're so big.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let's see. Any gun can be used to assault someone. Yeah, even if there's no bullets in it. If you hit him with it, it's fucking assault. Did you hear about the story? Did you hear the story about the Marine that got a confirmed kill with an eating utensil? I did not. But go him. Marines are badass.
Mash wants to know if I would ever consider a foursome with herself, Blair White, and Roman Millennial. Fuck yes, girl.
I'd watch that.
So I figured we can close this out with something extremely relevant. How about those HIV positive Disney princesses?
Oh dear God.
Oh no.
Wait, Priestess of Keck said my sexy voice is just creepy. Ah, that's bullshit.
I think it's sexy.
You mean his creepy voice is oddly sexy?
You know I'm sexy. Don't pretend.
Ellie
Come
wants
on
to know.
over.
Ellie Burke wants to know if I've been asked if cereal is soup.
Oh yeah, we didn't ask you those. You know the questions. Give us your answers.
I know the questions. Cereal is soup.
Yes. I win again.
Yep. And
that didn't sound very confident.
no, I've been on his side since day one, so
Yeah.
I remember the original argument. So, and as far as tongue buttering turtle caves, I don't lick booty hole. It's gross.
Thank you. I win twice on that one. Sergeant John Ford says, my father's a Marine monkey. I'll tell him you say hello. Yeah, and tell him I said thank you. Yeah, Marines are badass. They really are. I used to go to the naval base and run the Marine obstacle course when I was young and healthy, and that shit is no joke. I was 16 in the best shape of my life, and it would kick my ass. And these guys doing it with fucking their gear on. Damn. Cryptic, thank you. That's leading the witness. No, it isn't. We got 2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. If you want anything else, now's the time. What about SEAL Team 6? SEALs, look, I love Marines and think they're badass, but SEALs and motherfuckers are deadly. They're deadly and a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie. You got to be a little bit crazy to do the shit they do.
They're also really adorable. Oh, wait. We're not talking about.
Not those SEALs. Not the ones you can club.
What? Really? That's where you're going to go with that?
Or sex.
Don't fuck the seals along with the dolphins. The dolphins get jealous.
Oh, yeah. You ever porked a seal?
No.
Oh, my God.
Karen wants to know if I like Ugandan knuckles. Yeah, I think it's funny.
Britta. Oh, God. Can we not?
Do you know the way?
God knows the way.
Do you know the way? Let's see. Jarhead licks ashtrays. Okay, I didn't mean to start a Navy Marine fight. For the record, I'm a Navy brat, and yeah, I used to love all those jokes, but yeah, I love the Navy. I do, but come on, Marines are badass. Okay, guys, that is gonna wrap this one up. We're pretty much at
super
the
chat.
oh. Thank you, Cryptic. Marines are cocky as hell. I should know, and they have a reason to. Actually, most of the Marines I've met in my life were not cocky at all. They were confident, but I wouldn't say cocky. And on that note, yes, we are going to wrap this one up. Super Chat, thank you for all the donations tonight. You guys were very generous, and I appreciate it. I won't have to eat ramen this month. Thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for joining us every night. Thank you for sitting here and listening to the weird and wonderful shit we say. I love you guys. You're amazing. Scribe, Satsu, a pleasure as always. Chaos, thank you for coming to hang out with us tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Guys, your life makes me sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
And everyone.
Fuck off.